Before cargo ships and air freight, the world's greatest trade network crossed mountains, deserts, and continents. It wasn't a single road, but a vast evolving system. The Silk Road. For over 1,800 years, the Silk Road connected East and West, transmitting goods, ideas, religions, and innovations. Today, we explore how this ancient trade network helped shape global civilization. The Silk Road stands as one of history's most influential networks of trade routes, fundamentally altering the course of global commerce and cultural exchange. Originating from the Han Dynasty of China around 130 BCE, this monumental route was not merely a path for the exchange of goods, but a corridor for the transmission of ideas, cultures, and technologies across vast distances. The impact of the Silk Road on global trade was profound and far-reaching. Initially driven by the demand for Chinese silk, a fabric so exquisite that it captivated the ancient world, the route soon became conduits for a myriad of commodities. From the luscious spices of the East to the fine textiles of the Mediterranean, the Silk Road facilitated the movement of goods that shaped economies and societies for centuries. One of the most significant impacts of the Silk Road was its role in bridging the gap between the East and the West. The exchange of goods between China and the Roman Empire, for instance, not only enriched the economies of both regions, but also fostered a cross-pollination of cultures. Chinese silk, highly coveted in Rome, was exchanged for Roman glassware, gold, and silver. This symbiotic relationship laid the foundation for a cultural interchange that influenced art, religion, philosophy, and even scientific knowledge. Moreover, the Silk Road acted as a catalyst for the diffusion of knowledge and ideas. Alongside the caravans laden with silk and spices traveled scholars, adventurers, and diplomats. They carried with them not just goods, but also manuscripts, religious texts, and philosophical treatises. The renowned Chinese invention of papermaking, for example, found its way to the Islamic world through these trade routes. From there, it spread to Europe, revolutionizing the way knowledge was recorded and disseminated. The impact of the Silk Road was not limited to the realms of commerce and culture. It also had profound geopolitical consequences. The trade routes facilitated the rise of powerful empires and the establishment of new cities as hubs of commerce. Cities such as Samarkand, Baghdad, and Constantinople thrived as vital nodes along this vast network, becoming centers of cultural diversity and economic prosperity. However, the Silk Road was not without its challenges. The arduous journeys across deserts and mountains were fraught with peril, from bandits to extreme weather conditions. Yet despite these risks, the allure of profit and the promise of new horizons drove traders and travelers to venture forth. The decline of the Silk Road came gradually, as shifts in trade routes, the rise of maritime trade, and geopolitical changes altered the global landscape. The fall of the Mongol Empire and the emergence of new sea routes to Asia heralded the beginning of its decline. By the 15th century, the Silk Road had largely faded into obscurity, replaced by new avenues of trade. The Silk Road spanned thousands of miles across Asia, connecting the East with the West. It encompassed both land and sea routes, facilitating the exchange of goods, ideas, and cultures between diverse regions. This transcontinental nature allowed for the movement of commodities such as silk, spices, precious metals, gemstones, textiles, and exotic goods across vast distances. Cultural exchange and interactions. One of the most remarkable aspects of the Silk Road was its role in fostering cultural exchange. As traders, travelers, scholars, and adventurers traversed the routes, they brought with them not only goods but also ideas, beliefs, art, and languages. This resulted in a rich tapestry of cultural interactions, leading to the spread of religions such as Buddhism, Islam, and Christianity, as well as the exchange of artistic styles and architectural techniques. Technological diffusion. Alongside the exchange of goods and cultures, the Silk Road facilitated the spread of technologies and innovations. Chinese inventions such as papermaking, printing techniques, and the compass made their way to the West through these trade routes. Conversely, technologies from the West such as glassmaking and metallurgy found their way to the East, enriching the technological landscape of both regions. Establishment of trade hubs and cities. The Silk Road gave rise to numerous trade hubs and bustling cities along its routes. These cities, such as Samarkand, Kashgar, Baghdad, Constantinople, and Xi'an, flourished as centers of commerce, culture, and intellectual exchange. They served as vital nodes where goods were traded, cultures mingled, and knowledge was shared. Geopolitical influence. The Silk Road played a pivotal role in shaping the geopolitics of the regions it traversed. Empires such as the Roman Empire, the Han Dynasty of China, the Persian Empire, and the Byzantine Empire all benefited from the wealth generated by trade along these routes. The establishment of diplomatic relations and the forging of alliances were often influenced by the economic interests tied to the Silk Road. Challenges and risks. Despite its many advantages, the Silk Road was not without challenges. Merchants and travelers faced arduous journeys across deserts, mountains, and rugged terrain. Bandits, natural disasters, and political instability posed significant risks to those traveling along the routes. However, the lure of profit and the promise of new discoveries motivated traders to brave these challenges. Despite these obstacles, the legacy of the Silk Road endures as a testament to the enduring spirit of trade and cultural exchange. Its impact on global trade was profound, laying the groundwork for interconnected economies and the globalization of commerce. The Silk Road facilitated the exchange of goods, technologies, ideas, and cultures across vast distances, fostering a rich tapestry of diversity and interconnectedness. The Silk Road stands as a testament to the enduring spirit of human exploration, exchange, and innovation. Its impact on global trade was profound, shaping the economic, cultural, and intellectual landscapes of the civilizations it connected. As we delve into its historical legacy, we gain a deeper understanding of the interconnectedness of our world and the enduring power of cross-cultural exchange. The Silk Road remains a beacon of inspiration for modern-day efforts to bridge divides and foster cooperation on a global scale. Though the Silk Road declined with the rise of maritime empires and colonial powers, its legacy endures. Today, China's Belt and Road Initiative seeks to revive and expand trade connections across Eurasia, echoing ancient roots. Cities like Istanbul, Tehran, Samarkand, and Xi'an still reflect their Silk Road heritage in architecture, food, and culture. And the Silk Road reminds us that globalization isn't new, it has roots deep in human history. The Silk Road was more than a trade route, it was a web of civilizations woven together by ambition, curiosity, and exchange. Which Silk Road story fascinates you most? Leave a comment, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more journeys through the roads that shape the world.